guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Danny, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Annie, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so.
Hi, my name is Alessia. I'm watching my Aunt Annie at Good Morning Frederick, and I love her.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself sorted here. Good morning, Frederick. How are you today? Today is Thursday. It is February 27th, and I'm your host, Danny Gurry. I'm telling you, every single day, something, there's always something. It's never just, well, I'm not going to say never. Many times, not smooth sailing, but that is the story of my life. I tell you, I feel so good now. I am back to my old self, staying up till 1 or 2 in the morning, getting up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and just finding some great stuff about Frederick. I'm so excited. It's terrible because I'm excited about things in the future and I just want to enjoy today, which I am and I do. But oh my gosh, I got some big stuff planned. Our 1-year anniversary on April 1st. You cannot miss it. And I'm going to give you the details as we roll closer to that. And then mid-April, I'm going to do this gigantic egg hunt throughout the county. And we're going to have some, tremendous prizes, including $500 cash. I'm working on the prizing as we speak. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait for that either. So I know it's bad. I don't want to waste away the day thinking about what's coming tomorrow. But the weather's been nice. I got to walk the dogs yesterday. I'm telling you, there is nothing better. Nothing better. Oh, Mama Cone. Yes. Reminding everybody, let's be great because we can. Use kindness. Use love. That's what we're all about. And Tara Flannery, our good friend Tara. And it is it's just very exciting. I'm revved and I'm revved up. All right, but here's the thing. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days that you can get to the home of everything Frederick at 401 North Market Street to purchase your Good Morning Frederick gear, and proceeds will benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. That is our February charity. And of course, on Monday, we'll be kicking off with a new charity as well. But get to the home of everything Frederick and get yourself some gear. Literally, you can throw down $10 and get magnets, stickers, chapstick, a pin. We've got beanies that are only $15. T-shirts are $25. We got our St. Patrick's Day shirts still there. Stop by, see Brody. She's working at the shop, and pick up some gear and help the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. All right, today we got Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD's Morning News Express with local news and weather and some laughs always. I'm going to highlight some of the events happening, and my gosh, the highlight is as long as if I were we have so many events happening in Frederick. I really plead with the event planners, you're going to want to bookmark my calendar because you may decide to move something. Although there's never a day without anything going on, but at least maybe you pick a day where there's not like 90 events happening. And today I talk with Susan Kolb. She's the athletic director from Hood College. Had a great time chatting with her. They've got Sports Xplore camps for kids this summer. This is the time right now. If you've got kids, especially elementary and middle school, don't leave them home all summer with nothing to do. Nothing good comes from that, right? What do they say? Idle hands, all of that. But here's something cool, and she'll talk more about it. They get to try almost every sport and maybe find one that they love. So we're going to talk all about that too coming up in the show. But I guess it's important to just go ahead and get things started so we can get moving. Oh, got to thank the show sponsor, Heart Home Solutions, your solution for all your home remodeling needs. Whether it's basement refinishing, a new kitchen or bath, Heart Home Solutions can help you. HART, hearthomesolutions.com. Let's find out what is happening locally and maybe have a laugh or two. I see you came prepared for your hat head.
Yes, I did. You know I did, because if not, it looks like that. And it's, baseball season's getting started. So,
It is.
yeah, we're excited about that.
Day? March something?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, opening day. I'm really not. But I hope soon. I hope soon. I like baseball.
I think it's maybe 1 month away. But spring training, they're doing that now, right?
Yes. And where I live, they're all over the place. So
I bet.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Maybe let's go see a little.
What teams train down near you?
Well, the Tigers are in a town called Lakeland. The Orioles are in Sarasota, which is where my mom lives. Hopefully soon. Her and my sister's house was demolished by a couple of hurricanes that came through, so they're still working to get that done. Maybe they need Heart Home Solutions there. But and then the Rays, I think a lot of teams from up north, the Yankees, a bunch of teams are down here. So it's always good. You're either here or you're over in Arizona. That's the two places you got to go.
Yeah.
So Chris will be here in a couple minutes. He said that he had something to do, but he said he was going to be a little bit behind time. So he's always got us late. Always got us late. But So it's interesting. I have my mom's here, my 90-year-old mother, and we've been having some really good, interesting conversations. And I sometimes think, and then this is no disrespect to anybody else in the members of our family, and I do the same thing, is that as she's getting a little bit older, she's 90. We've been trying to have conversations reflecting on her life. She's sharp as a tack. She's mad because she's not capable of doing all the things that she used to do. My mom stopped riding horses at 80 because she's like, if I fall off, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Right. So she found other things. She's a very accomplished painter. She played golf. She volunteered. She does a lot of stuff. And now she's getting a little bit older. It's been a little bit tough for her. So she's got to find new ways to, she would swim 50 laps a day in the pool. And not like a little pool, like a Olympic pool.
That's amazing. It is tough as a child. I remember the first time that I really noticed my parents aging. I moved away from Maryland. Well, I moved away from Frederick, in the late 80s after I graduated high school. I went to Baltimore, then I went to San Diego. I came back for a little bit, but really, I was gone from this area for almost 15 years. And I came back one time and I just went, "Oh my gosh." Like, cuz in your head your parents are your parents and you
Mm-hmm.
picture them when you were a kid and they could do all the things. And yeah, my dad, it terrifies me cuz he has a small farmette. It's about 8 acres and he's still in the tractors. He's still doing the stuff and
Mm-hmm.
I get very nervous and he won't let us help. Like and I dread the day. I dread the day where he is not going to be physically capable of weed whacking all of that fence line and
Right.
repairing all the stuff. And he will be devastated and it's going to
Yeah.
be so hard.
That is what my mom is dealing with. She's like, I
Yeah.
can't do the things in my garden. I can't do the things in my flower beds. And she used to
Yeah.
mow grass.
Frustrating.
She had a 60-inch cut mower.
Yeah.
And, they told her, look, my sister did. And she's like, look, we don't want you. We know you're capable, but we
Right.
don't want
Yeah.
you, the falling off or falling on is what we are worried about. So,
Yeah.
she used to mow, I don't know, like on a mower, like a regular mower, probably 6 acres. I
Yeah.
mean, because she loved to mow grass.
Yeah.
But
God
yeah,
bless Mama Cone because when she moved up here, her husband passed away not too long after. And she really just said, especially the difference between South Carolina roads and drivers and Maryland, Frederick
hmm,
roads and drivers. She said, you know what? I just don't want to drive anymore. And she just kind of on her own kind of said, I'm happy to be chauffeured around. We're driving Miss Daisy. But,
yeah,
it does make me feel better because that scared me too. Like you just start to think of things differently and you want to protect your parents. At the same time, you don't want them to feel like they can't do stuff. So it's a very thin line you walk constantly. And I know
yeah,
Chris is, same with his dad. Like you deal with a lot of things and you kind of become the parent in some situations and it's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
when I was talking about, thank you, Danny, for letting me vent a few days ago when she came into the studio. That was part of it. But Danny's right, and Bob knows too. It's tough, man, when you gotta make certain decisions. So
Yeah, and it's hard when you have a ton of respect for your parents and you you love them more than anything in the world, but and then sometimes you have to yell at them and like be like, "Wait a minute, you're not, what are you doing?" Like it's just and I've said this to my dad and stepmother at times. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, you cannot do this anymore." Like it's not, it's tough, really tough.
Yeah,
And they don't my father especially does
yeah.
not want to hear it. Chris, I understand
No, no, my dad
100%
didn't
what
want
you're
to,
dealing
but
with.
I gotta admit,
Yeah.
my dad before he passed away got pretty good, and he realized that he shouldn't be driving anymore.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you get into the vehicle and he's asleep before you get out of the lane, and then
Yeah.
you and you realize that you're going down the road. I've gone down the road and my arm's hanging out the window, and I'm looking at a mailbox, going, "That's going to be awfully close." So he was pretty good about it. My mom doesn't drive anymore. Well, her car got ruined in the hurricane, so she's like,
Yeah.
I don't need to drive anymore. So
Yeah,
she's
my dad and stepmother are terrible drivers, and they've been terrible drivers for probably 10 years. Like, we used to laugh about it as the kids, and now, again, it's terrifying because you're not sure what the heck is happening. And so, we're constantly trying to, "Hey, we'll drive, we'll pick you up, we'll take care of it." But yeah, it's tough as a child, and it's you know, it it is, I guess, the fact of life. We all do it.
yep,
And
yep,
well, just as my parents, my issue, my mother, father are still good drivers. My dad's still a good driver. My dad issue I have is more, or I'm having is more of technology. My dad he was not a technology person. God love my dad. When he looks for a maintenance guy, he still uses the yellow pages, which is about this thick now, which is a lot smaller, to find maintenance people and stuff like that. So that's probably
yeah.
my biggest issue right now.
I love it because I've trained Mama Cone. She now will bring me her tablet or her phone and go, "Is this a scam? Is this a scam? Is this?" I always go, "Yep, yep, yep."
Yep. If it's on
And
there,
I
hey, Peach, a lot.
constantly, for her, constantly people, random male people or catfishers are constantly messaging her like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, block them, Lord."
How you doing?
Yeah.
The Joey Tribbiani.
I mean, not that Mama Cone isn't the catch of all catches, but I'm like, oh Lord. Oh.
That's not Joey Tribbiani. That's Chris Michaels. Thank you very much. How you doing? I do it much
Nope.
better than he does. But that's one thing that me and Bob try to talk about a lot with the aging population is scams, and we get the sheriff on quite often talking about local scams that are around him. Actually, and I know this has nothing to do with what you were talking about, but Bob and I had a guest on today, a doctor. We were talking about brain health and stuff like that, which is it's a tough thing. So many the elderly population, having these, brain deterioration diseases, Alzheimer's and such.
Yeah. Well, Tara says it's hard to see your parents not to be able to do the things they love to do anymore. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Want to say good morning to Beth from Scott Key Center. Have you guys ever been over there?
It's been a while for me.
Right down the road from me. Great. I love all the people over there. Oh, Pete says Bob Miller.
Peach a lot. Peach a lot set my hair on fire in the studio.
Chris Michaels is here too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott Key Center. I'll tell you something. I'll never forget. We gave him a tour at a previous radio station I worked at. We gave him a tour of our radio station. Actually, got him on air, and I love them over there. They do such great work for the residents over there. Just truly love them.
Great people. I threw them a prom last year because a lot of them had never attended a prom. So we put on a prom for them last year, and they got all gussied up in the afternoon and came over. And oh my gosh, it was the greatest day ever. It really was so fun. And we've had them into the radio station too, and just made some great friends over there. I just love it. And they watch us. There's a big screen in one of the rooms in Miss Beth's room, and she will often put our show on in the morning and watch us, which is so fun. So it's great.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate you doing that, and that's such great kids and people over there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chris, what is happening locally? We got any news?
We do have some news. The Frederick County Council on Tuesday heard a lot of citizen testimony on a bill to establish citing criteria for data centers. The legislation sponsored by Councilwoman Renee Knapp and Council President Brad Young covers such issues as the location of these data center facilities, visual impacts, sound and vibration impacts, and of course, air pollution and environmental health. The legislation says data centers would be allowed in areas zoned limited industrial or general commercial. They could also be located within a community growth area as designed by the comprehensive plan land use map and within 2 miles of a 69 kilovolt or greater high voltage electric transmission line. In other news, a Virginia man was sentenced to 93 years in prison on Wednesday in circuit court for a domestic violence incident in Frederick. The state's attorney's office says David Clayton Hansen was convicted on December 6, 2024 of 2 counts, each of first-degree assault and the use of a firearm in a crime of violence. The jury also found him guilty of illegal possession of a regulated firearm and illegal possession of ammunition. Prosecutors say that on November 18, 2021, at around 8:30 a.m., Frederick police responded for an armed robbery in the 400 block of East Patrick Street. Investigators determined it was not an armed robbery. A woman told police Hansen held a handgun to the back of her head and pulled the trigger, but the gun did not discharge. At the time, she was sitting in her car talking with an acquaintance. Boy, talk about a scary situation. My goodness gracious. All right,
I just have to say, sorry to interrupt you, Chris.
No problem.
Pete chimed in that you can't prove that he set you on fire because there's no video evidence, Bob.
Yes, there is. I have it. I have it.
All I can say
that's
is
okay.
Bob Miller's probably lucky that there was no video phones back in the day, right?
Oh.
Well, no, it was. He said it. He Facebooked Lived it.
Oh, okay, that's right. This is when you were in the studio. You said, "I'm sorry, I thought this was back in your youth." Okay.
No, but I can tell you, I thank God that cameras, phones, videos. When I was a youngster, oh boy, so glad that they did not exist.
Yeah, I will say, me too. A lot of things I'm not proud of that I might have done or might not have done. There's no proof. Anyway, getting into weather, cloudy with rain ending for the afternoon. Might be rainy in some areas. Did it rain where you are, Danny?
What's that? No, it looks cloudy. I don't think it's raining.
Okay. Going to be a high of 65 today, so another nice day. Tonight, low of 39, passing clouds. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, looking at a high of 55. Tomorrow night, few clouds from time to time, low of 42. And not only is Bob Miller doing sports today, but he's wearing his Frederick Keys baseball cap this morning.
Yes, I am. And the Terps and number 6 ranked Michigan State. Oh, my gosh, this was a game. It was so good. The Terps scored 7 consecutive points in 90 seconds to tie the game, only to watch Michigan State, Trey Holman, lob one beyond half court and swish. And the Michigan State Wolverines beat the not Michigan Spartans, excuse me. They're the Spartans. They beat the Terps 58-55 Wednesday night before a sold-out crowd at Xfinity Center. Hood College took their lumps a little bit from the York Mustangs, and their side came away with an 86-69 win in the MAC Middle Atlantic Conference Commonwealth semifinals. And Shaden Sharp threw down a vicious one-handed slam that immediately has been hailed, I haven't seen it, as one of the best dunks of the season. It didn't matter. It was a career best 36 points, and the Portland Trailblazers beat those hapless Washington Wizards. I guess the Wizards can only win if they're playing the Nets.
That will be the best if that's the only game they win all year.
By the way, because of the Washington Wizards or Bullets, or whatever they're called nowadays, the Nets are on a losing streak. They were doing perfectly fine until they lost to the Wizards.
The mojo. We got to share the terrible mojo. I love it. I
got to roll, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Yep.
All right. What a heartbreaker for the Terps, though, for sure.
I know.
And anyway, well, it's good to see a good basketball team locally. I like it.
Yeah, I think the Terps will, if they don't do it, I mean, the whole team will be dismantled next year anyway because of the transfer portals and going to the NBA and stuff like that. So
it's got to be tough as a coach, really. You literally have to start over every year when you've got a decent team. That's tough. All right.
Absolutely.
Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow to wrap up the week.
All right. Have a great day. Good morning, Frederick.
All right. Thank Chris and Bob for that. Also, don't forget, you can text anytime 888-492-2944. And you're going to want to make sure you text before April 1st, okay? Because coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Good Morning Frederick, so you can text GMF, join the Good Morning Frederick VIP list, 888-465-2944. Join the VIP list because you are going to be the first to find out about a lot of the great stuff coming up for the 1-year show and that huge egg hunt that we're talking about that's going to be coming up mid-month. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then I'm going to give you the highlights of all the local events, and you're going to meet Sue Kolb. She is the athletic director for Hood College, and we're going to talk kids' summer camps, and that comes up all after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. Oh, who wouldn't want a vacation right now? Though, not as much as I wanted it when it was, 5 degrees outside. But yeah, I had a friend who said, "Oh, yeah, I'm heading to Florida." I'm like, "I'm so jealous. Love to be where the weather is warmer." Hopefully, well, I know it's coming to us anytime now. All right, let's talk about the events happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick, and Gaithersburg is reopened. Congratulations to Raul and the whole Taco Bar team. That location, there was an arson fire in the shopping center, I believe. I met him a year ago, and it had happened the September before. So almost, a year and a half it took them to reopen. All the workers are back down there. 3 Russell Avenue in Gaithersburg. And of course, right here in West Point Plaza in Frederick, just off Route 40. And at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown. So 3 great places where you can go to get authentic, great quality food, affordable. And at Taquito, you get the drive-through experience too. Now, you can order online. If you go to tacobar1.com, you will see how you can order online for Gaithersburg and Frederick. And then you can go to Taquito by tacobar.com to see the choices there. 3 great restaurants. We are so proud and happy for the team that the 3rd location is back up and running. And it's kind of tough because they've been closed for so long, so people made other choices. We need to spread the word and get everybody back to Taco Bar in Gaithersburg. All right, and of course, if you want to see all these events, you got to go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live, and then calendar of events, or just look at the description of the video you're watching right now. There should be a live link, and we would love for you to bookmark it so you always know what's happening. All right, now through March 5th, please go check out 32auctions.com/AAOE25 for the options to bid on some of the artwork that was created for African Americans of Excellence. If you want to support this program, we encourage you to do so. This auction, all of the money raised from this auction gets divided amongst 8 nonprofits. Each honoree chose a nonprofit, and then Yemi, our head executive director of the exhibit, chose the Boys and Girls Club. So you will see lots of local nonprofits there as well, including some college nonprofits that give back to the community. So please go check it out at aaoefrederick.org, aaoefrederick.org, and you'll see all of the charities that money will go to. All right, not tonight. The Flying Cows is not tonight. It's tomorrow. I don't know why I put tonight. Tomorrow, Friday, Flying Cows opening night versus the Capital Seahawks at Hood College Arena. Now, this year, I am not the official MC for the Flying Cows. Schedule is just too crazy, but I am proud to partner with the Flying Cows, and we will be every Friday. We will get an update from the team on what's coming up and how things are going. We're going to talk with Coach Ed, I'm sure, and a bunch of the players, including some favorites. And go to goflyingcows.com to get your tickets for this season. I will have and will be on the court for the Good Morning Frederick timeout game. We're going to be doing some Frederick trivia, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got some great prizes. We're going to have a good time with it. I'm going to be there before the game, recording you guys, saying, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick, so you can help me open the show. And easy ways to get some Good Morning Frederick swag. Okay. That's going to be happening at the Flying Cows home game. So this week's or Friday's nonprofit of the game is Celebrate Frederick. I love how the cows give back. All right. First Saturday, tons of events. Also, if you know of anyone who has a small business, maybe they're in direct sales, maybe they like event booth spaces, they get booth spaces everywhere and they want a place to sell. We have just opened up the opportunity to reserve booth space at the home of Everything Frederick. Every Saturday and Sunday, you have the chance to have a table, sell your stuff. If the weather's bad, you can be inside the shop. If the weather's great, we encourage you to be outside. It's one way that we are working, not only to support local business, but also to help draw people up to the top end of Market Street. Having been now on Market Street for almost 1 year, people don't come north of 2nd Street very often, and we need to get people up to the top end. We are right at 4th and Market, and we want your help to do it. So very affordable. We're talking like $20, $25 for a table space. Their first Saturdays are available. Those are a little bit more expensive. But if you know of anyone, please have them check. I've posted to a lot of groups, of course, Everything Frederick and more. It's pinned right to the top of the page. I will also pin it to the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page. All they have to do is submit the form, choose the dates that they want. Right now, we have released all of March, and then there is a box that says I'm interested in April and May. We're going to see how this goes and then see if it is something we will continue. All right. But first Saturdays are great days. Lots of people in downtown Frederick, and you can take advantage of that if you're a small business. Also, you want to listen to Emma J on WFRE today to win the second 4-pack of tickets to the IBR Bull Riding Finals, which is at the Carroll County Ag Center in Westminster on Saturday. And that's a ton of fun. Get your kids and your family out. All right. On Sunday at 3 p.m., the Flying Cows are playing the Jersey Shore Breaks at Hood, and the nonprofit of the game is Girls on the Run. Get your tickets. It's so fun. If you haven't been to a Cows game, you have to go experience it this year. First of all, we want to support this local team that is investing a lot in the community, and you want to have a good time. 3 to 5 o'clock. I mean, you'll be good to go. We invite you as well to the joint ribbon cutting for Midnight Baker and Pumpkin Peasant Pierogi on March 4th. That's going to be a lot of fun. Total Mardi Gras style. March 5th, we have networking at the home of Everything Frederick. We call it Cocktails and Conversations. It's low key, but I've met some of the best people from that monthly first Wednesday every month. We do it from 5 to 7 p.m. At 6 to 8, it is the AAOE reception and auction at Warehouse Cinemas. So I would love for you to go to Cocktails and Conversations from 5 to 6 or 6:30, and then head over to Warehouse Cinemas and check out the artwork in person and mingle with some of the honorees, the artists, and people who are involved in the African Americans of Excellence this year. And I think the Chamber, Rick Weldon will be out there. It'll be fun. And then we'll have some light fare, and you can purchase some beverages there as well. March 6th, join me at Warehouse Cinemas at 5 o'clock for the 5 o'clock showing. That's the one I'm going to. I believe yesterday, Rhonda said 7:15 is sold out for March 6th, but 5 and 6 still have seats available. And if you can't go at 5 or 6, you can get your tickets for March 13th for the 7:15 show. Now you have to go to Boomtown Frederick, find them on social media. It's a special ticket link. You cannot buy those at Warehouse Cinemas. March 8th, there's a lot of fun stuff happening, including the Leprechaun Luau and a murder mystery party at Dragon Distillery, which sounds so fun. Maple Syrup Festival is coming up in March as well. And March 9th. Okay, this really does signal the end of the winter season because the boats will be coming out of the water soon. And the last day for you to vote for your favorite boat. Did you know that? I didn't know this for a long time, actually, and I'm sad to admit this. I don't think I found out till about 2 or maybe 3 years ago that every boat benefits a nonprofit. Okay. And there's 22 boats, I think, in the water, or 20. I can't even remember right now. But of those, if you don't raise, I think if you're the bottom 3 in fundraising, you get eliminated and can't put a boat in the water for the next year. They bring in a new organization. And so giving more and more organizations incentive to raise money, 1, and 2, other people to join. So there is a voting. You go to coloronthecreek.com/STTWS. Sailing through the winter solstice is what that stands for. Vote with your dollars, and you're helping a nonprofit. They are the recipient of some of those funds. So March 9th is the last day that you can do that. All right, March 13th, that is the second showing of Boomtown, the story of downtown Frederick. This is part 1. It's about 45 minutes long. Go to Boomtown socials to get your tickets. March 14th, 5 o'clock, 5 to 9, dinner in the dark. Come join me and Mama Cone and my husband Ash to be blindfolded while we eat and raise money for a great cause. I am going to, this weekend, get all the St. Patrick's Day things that are happening, and that will, I'm sure, be its own slide. March 15th and 16th is the Home and Garden Expo. March 19th, who wants to join me at the Spring Sip and Paint at the Home of Everything Frederick? We're going to have a great time. We're going to be bringing in spring with that lovely butterfly. And our paintings are never great. Christy is so sweet, though. She runs the class. She's from Frederick Made, and she is so encouraging, and she just tells you to trust the process, and she's always right, which I love. March 28th, head over to Brunswick High School for the 2nd annual Battle for South Mountain. It's where the staff from Brunswick feeder schools play the staff from Middletown feeder schools, but the real winner is Frederick County Mental Health Association. March 29th, you want to get your kids outdoors? Well, how about attending the How to Turkey Hunt and Trout Fishing Day? It's at Catoctin Fish and Game in Myersville. And then in April, we got a lot of great stuff coming. Of course, our 1-year anniversary. There's disc golf that you can register for to benefit the Seton Center. Ship's lip sync battles in April. And Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala is coming up as well. I tell you, every time I get on the calendars and see more and more things that have been added since I was last on the calendar, I'm amazed. But we do great in this town for events. There is always something good going on. You can count on that here in Frederick. All right, if you want your event included on the calendar or on the show, just email me, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com, or message me or get me the message. Actually, I just found a couple messages in my spam. I apologize for that. That's not at the Gmail account. That's at my Promo Circus account. So anyway, apologies if you haven't heard back from me, but I will get everything on in time for your event. Okay, coming up next, you're going to meet Sue Kolb, the athletic director from Hood College, and she's going to be talking about sports camps and Sports Xplore, actually. And we will get to her right after these messages.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
ANS Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they are right here in Frederick. ANS Construction services Frederick County and surrounding areas. They specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows. You definitely want to get her to look at your gutters before spring comes. When we get all that rain, you want to make sure they're clear, they're looking good. She will come out and take care of it. When I say she, I mean Sandra. She is the owner of the company, and she's just fabulous. And then patios and decks. We are getting to that time of year where you're going to want to be outside, and you don't want to look at something that's going to give you splinters or falling apart or not safe for sure. She can take care of that too. Go to ansconstruction.net to check out the work. Look for her on social media as well. You can see some before and afters, or call 301-703-2157. It's 301-703-2157. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs, as long as you tell Sandra that you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. It's so fun. I've said this, and it's shocking to me, actually, more times than not. I've almost been doing this show for 1 year. And in the 1 year, and I can't wait till we get to the 1 year mark, where I'll go over kind of how many people I've interviewed and our total view numbers and all that good stuff. And I think in the 400 or more people that I have interviewed since starting this show, more than half I did not know personally before starting. Some of them I knew their names and I was familiar with their organizations, but I did not know them. It just shocks me. Well, this next guest is one of those I did not know before, and I'm so looking forward to working with her this year and hopefully highlighting some of these great athletes at Hood. But first, let's get to who is our market maker. Market Makers is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything you can put on your floor they can handle. Call Atlas Wood Floors today, 301-948-9663, 301-948-WOOD. Be sure you ask for Jeff when you do that. All right, here's Sue. Hopefully a new friend, but certainly a new acquaintance, and happily she has a new supporter in me. She's from Hood College.
The home of everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street in downtown. I'm with Sue from Sports Xplore.
Yep.
And you are at Hood College.
Yep.
And you guys have summer camps for kids.
We do.
And they really do focus on kids learning all different sports throughout a week, and maybe finding one they like, or certainly finding one they don't like.
Right. Yeah, so 2 years ago, I've been the athletic director at Hood College since 2018.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough to go to a lot of summer camps, and my parents never forced me into one sport.
Yeah.
And so I was diversified in a lot of different sports. I was actually a 3-sport athlete in college.
Were you really? What'd you play?
Soccer, softball, and I was on the ski team.
Oh, wow. Very
Yeah.
nice.
And I just think that it's so appropriate for our youth to be in multiple sports. I don't think that they should be forced to pick one. But I also understand the challenges of finances, and especially if you have a large family, and if your child wants to get involved into a sport, but you don't want to commit to a season-long league
or sign your life away, which some of them require you to do. Yeah.
So what we do is that we offer a new sport every day. The first week, both weeks are 4 days, Monday through Thursday. This year we're doing June 16th through the 19th, and then the week after that I think is the 23rd through the 26th of June.
Okay.
And so we cap off our camp at 240. We might move it up to 250, but really it's to be 120 in one, like the older kids are 120, the younger kids are at 120. So one will go to, say, soccer on Monday, while the older kids will go to basketball on Monday.
Yeah.
And then they'll switch on Tuesday, just to get more one-on-one attention.
Yeah, and you were saying that the Hood athletes all participate in this, chasing and herding the cats.
Yeah.
And then your coaches from Hood also participate. So kids are actually learning the sports from people who play it, know it, and coach it, which is hard to get in any camp anywhere. So they're learning the right way and the rules of the game and all of that good stuff too, and having fun at the same time.
Yeah, all of our counselors are student athletes, and the ratio is 10 to 1 for our young groups, 4 to 5. We put 2 student athletes in those groups.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, a lot of potty breaks. But then our head coaches at Hood lead the instruction for the majority of the sports that we offer. So we offer soccer, basketball, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, golf, volleyball, baseball, and softball.
So when you sign up so do kids sign up automatically for 2 weeks? I mean, I guess they could, or just 1 week at a time? It's up to the families how that works?
Yeah, you get a discount if you decide to do 2 weeks.
Okay.
You get $15 off if you decide to do both weeks. But you can go to 1 week or 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. We provide all the equipment.
That's awesome.
So the name of our camp, I know a lot of people get it confused, but we take the E off of Explore.
Gotcha.
So it's Sports Xplore.
Yeah.
And then that was already taken for a website.
Yeah.
So to register, it's just sportsxplore25.com.
Okay. We'll make sure all that's on screen so people can get to you and find you, because camps for kids are... it's so important. Even as your kids get older, when they're tweens and they're allowed to stay home by themselves, they shouldn't be at home without having some activity. Getting them outside is so important. Keeping them active, engaging them in physical fitness. We all know the benefits of that, number one. What are the hours of the camp that you guys run?
So drop-off is between 8:30 and 8:45. We get going at 9, and then we end at 2:30.
Okay.
Pickup is between 2:30 and 3.
School hours, basically. So like school hours. Very good. What has been the most fun of watching this over the past couple years? Has it grown? And So year one, we started in 2023, and we just had 1 week that we offered, but we had 367 kids in 1 week. Wow.
Which was too many.
Yeah.
We learned a lot from that, and that's why we went to the 2-week model, but we cap it at 250, and we've sold out last year, and we're on track to do that now.
Yeah.
I would say the most fun, I love seeing the kids return year after year and seeing them grow and seeing them get better in their sport. I love when they are leaving the gym at the end of the day and they are just so excited to tell their parents everything that they did.
That's great. So. Yeah, you can't beat that. You know, it's just, and I would imagine with the array of sports you guys are offering, I bet kids are finding sports that they wouldn't typically get, especially even like tennis, where most of them don't even get access to that maybe until high school. Lacrosse, you know, there are some teams obviously around the community, but if you don't know somebody who plays lacrosse or don't know anything about the game, what a great opportunity you have to learn that. And even an organized game of baseball or volleyball or these other sports, I can only imagine that these high schools, you know, would so appreciate this because these kids are maybe finding a game that they wouldn't have typically.
Yeah, so in the morning we do all the instructions, so we're actually teaching them how to pass, how to dribble, how to shoot. then we do lunch, and then in the afternoons we set up tournaments. So it's like 3v3, 5v5, or round robin, so that they can actually play it and see if they like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hold this camp early in the summer because we want them to maybe find a sport that they want to continue in the summer. And it really does we provide all the information to the parents to showcase our other camps at Hood. Our head coaches, a lot of them hold week-long sport camps.
Okay.
So if they like tennis or lacrosse or basketball, we'll give them the opportunity to say, well, if you like it, here's the week-long camp later in the summer.
Right. So the 2-week Sports Xplore is really about trying everything within a 2-week period.
Yep.
And then throughout the summer, Hood holds kids camps specialized in maybe a particular sport for a week.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool too. What's it like being the athletic director at Hood?
Well, I say this all the time. One of the reasons I love my job is there are no 2 days alike.
I bet.
And it was really interesting. I had worked my way up into administration, and I had done all the things that I'm doing now. I just didn't do them all in one day. And so, but it's awesome. I'm blessed. I think that anytime you can get up and go to work and it doesn't feel like a job,
Sure.
I think that you are really fortunate to be in that position.
Yeah.
You know, I love our staff. I love who we work with. I love our student athletes. Our teams are getting better. We're trying to make sure that we're keeping up with our conference, which is really strong. But I love what I do.
Yeah. What does a day in the life of an athletic director look like? I know it changes all the time, but like even today, what was that like?
What was today? Well, let me tell you how it started out last night. 4 o'clock, we moved our men's lacrosse game up because of weather that we didn't get. But they won their home opener in overtime. So fast forward to 7 o'clock last night, then our men's basketball team, next to last home game, won at the buzzer beater.
We talked about it on the show this morning. Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
I will be gray 100% by 50. And then, you know, during the day, it's a lot of meetings. We're negotiating our Under Armour contract right now. We're working really hard to try to find a baseball field for our baseball team.
Yeah.
That's a big pressure item right now, but it's meetings on top of meetings.
Yeah.
I do most of the external relations piece, and my associate AD does more of the internal relations, but we can flip-flop on that variously. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's really great. Well, we love that you're here in Frederick and that you're at Hood College. We love Hood College. It's just such a great, it's just a campus like no other. I know that there's a lot of campuses kind of in downtown areas, but there is something special about Hood being so accessible to all of us. And we love that these kids can get experience from your athletes and your coaches. So 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks in June, basically, and then maybe camps the rest of the summer. You might get yourself hooked up. Sports Xplore, I'll have the website on screen. This is Sue, and she, I know we're going to have her back because there's more we need to find out about Hood College and the athletics over there. But in the meantime, get your kids signed up before it's too late, because you don't want to be hearing, I'm bored and I have nothing to do all summer long. I know that from experience for sure. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, the summertime, boy. Keeping your kids entertained is a full-time gig. And if you're working as well, you know, I know it's tough because the times are more like school times, but maybe you carpool, do it with neighborhood kids. They're going to have a great time. And they get to meet some of the athletes from Hood, which I think is so cool. All right, tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to wrap up the week. And you know, you can watch anytime on YouTube. Do me a favor, look at the YouTube channel, share some segments from some of the businesses that you love that we have actually covered. And if you can't find a business that you think we should cover, let me know. I'll be happy to reach out to them. It's always free to be on Good Morning Frederick for an interview. We do have some paid opportunities, obviously, as well, but it's always free. I want to make sure that businesses, if they want the exposure, they can get it. All right. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. That's how we'll survive another year. Have an amazing day. Let's get out there And let's be great, Frederick. It's so easy to be great. Well, it's certainly easy to be kind.